Hey Ophiuchus, welcome to your reading. All right. Thank you guys for being so patient with me. I thought I was going to get it all done this last weekend, but the combination of that second new moon in Aries and the solar eclipse and everything else, like, it's all kicking my booty. All right. So for those of you that are new, welcome. That's a lot, Spirit. All right. Okay. I'll go like that for a minute. I am an energy channel, so what you see may not be traditional. Okay, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. Roles can be reversed. It could be the third-party story. Time is fluid, okay? Don't forget to give Ani back to the channel. That is energy exchange. You can do that by liking, sharing, commenting down below. Okay. For those of you returning, I appreciate you. Don't forget that I will do the extended, and that will be linked down below onto Patreon. Patreon is my donation-based program where they get early releases on some things and extended videos as well. And this is Oliver, who apparently only wants to read like 2 seconds after I've started. He waits until the energy is fully encompassed in the container here. And then he's like, all right, mommy, here I am to do my job. Get up here, hurry. Come on. Ophiuchus is a very special sign to us, isn't it? Huh. See, Ophiuchus is those in divine relationships to me, those that are ascending. You can align with this if you are just Ophiuchus, which is the sign between Scorpio and Sagittarius. If you have had a Kundalini awakening, you might resonate with it. So it's a very special sign to me. All right. So let's see what's going on here. Oh, and my new book is out on Amazon, Souls in the Light Field. It is still 99 cents on the Kindle. The paperback has launched, and get that Kindle while it's hot because it will go to regular pricing here pretty quickly. All right. So you're like, I am balanced here, Barbara, right? But Spirit's like, okay, yeah, you're feeling pretty good, but really listen to those emotions. Okay, really take a minute, listen to those emotions, because there's a big flow of emotions within you. Whatever wish that you are asking for kind of is a spiritual bypass of some sorts. It's like there's part of this inner child work that you're just kind of like, no, I'm done. I've done that. It's okay. I'm all good. But there's still parts of it popping up. And it had a crossing energy here of, right, new day, new visual, right? Like, don't focus on the past at all. They really want you to stay in the moment of now. Don't focus on the future either. But yes, new day, so focus on today, okay? Because I do feel like some of you, you feel like you've been shut out in the cold. You just have this big open heart that you want to gift and give with. And there's this part of you that's like, WTF, right? Like, why? And that's the part, right? That part of you that really requires that you cannot love somebody if they're not giving you back the love. That's the wound, okay? Because you can have love for somebody that never reciprocates love to you. Doesn't mean you're in a relationship with them, but you can have feelings and acknowledge those feelings. Okay. I do feel like you're having a transformation of your throat chakra as we are going through. I'm feeling, I'm not sure if this has happened yet, because I'm feeling some very deep Neptunian energy here. And it's almost like it clashes with Aries and Mars. And it may like open your throat chakra, like all of a sudden, boom, it's open. And you just can't help saying what you have to say. Okay? And that may be good and that may be bad. It depends on who's receiving it, right? Because I can tell you, sometimes when we vocalize, it is not received. Okay? But sometimes it's good to at least have vocalized that, right? So, what Spirit's reminding me of, like when everything kind of came, the day that everything came to the big head with my filing for divorce, it had been kind of in the back of my mind for a while that things weren't working, and I was trying everything I could to try to get things to work. And that morning that I filed for divorce, like I just put my heart out there on the table and was like, you know, this is what I'm seeking. And, you know, we've been together for 32 years and you're supposed to be my best friend. And there was no way he could receive that. Like he was like a brick wall, like whatever. Right? And I was like, okay, it's done. That's it, right? Like you cannot have that kind of a relationship long term where you've put your whole heart out into it and they have not. But you can still acknowledge your emotions and your feelings, and they're valid and they're important. They're important for you to get out, okay? No matter how they come out. So let's take a look, see what the collective needs to know here about the energy that they are dealing with. Okay. Patience and planning. Somebody's in planning mode. Before I saw patience, I heard priority. Okay. You are a priority in somebody's planning process here, okay? And they're like, I'm waiting for the perfect time. Unfortunately, there is no such thing as perfect time, right? Divine timing happens when it happens, but it happens in a flow. It happens naturally. It's not planned. So I do feel like this person has been going around and around in circles. Like it could be for the last 4 years that I'm seeing here, where there's been this energetic growth and they just refuse to come see it. Okay. Yeah, devil. Could have had some addictions. They were pressing the easy button here in the past. Okay. Obsessions, maybe. Again, there could have been spiritual bypass on their part that was going on. Angel number 44 here. Okay. And they're showing me the 1 and the 5. If you take 1 away from 5, it is 4. So 4, 4, 4. But there's authority, right? Like they really was like, wherever they were, whatever they were doing, like, I am the man or I am the woman. But they were like so discontent with their life. And they were being called, follow this healing process. But I feel like they wanted to push easy, okay? Time is moving on for this person. Very slowly. I feel like for some of them, it could feel like it's just moving so fast and they're like, I'm never going to get out of this cycle. Okay. And again, I've got a 6 and a 6. They're saying the passion here, right, is also their conflict, where it's like they feel because of very deep sacral wounds here, they feel like they have to hide their passions. Okay. Yeah. At least until I hit spiritual and material prosperity. Once I get there where I know that time, right, I'm planning, I'm preparing. Once I get there, like, then I can make that move. And that's another 6. So we've got 6, 6, 6. Okay. So this is very spiritually connected to you. Could be a job, could be family or friends, doesn't have to be a lover. But let's take a look here at that temptation here. 10 of Cups. I'm tempted by the idea of love, okay? Because the 10 of Cups for me, I often call my La La Land card. It depends on the deck. And in this deck, it's like they're in the emotions of this dreaminess of what this love could be. And they keep having like all of this, out of this muck, they keep having these awarenesses that keep coming up to the surface for them. But they're not really fully focused on them because they're in a little bit of that dreamland about what they wanted. Authority here, 4 of Cups crossed by the 3 of Air. Okay. The imagining of this and just having to stand there and manage my day to day and just be broke me because I know I broke you. Okay. Discontent and bored. Temperance. Okay, again, in all of this emotion, they were unable to walk away from where they were at because they were in a transformation, and the caterpillar doesn't just come out of the cocoon and fly away, right? There's a process of getting out of the cocoon and letting the wings dry and everything else, right? So, patience, right? They said patience, Will Robinson, okay? And some of you may be like, yeah, this has all felt like it was a completely foreign world, okay? Planning and patience here. King of Water, right? Like if X equals Y and Y equals Z and 2 equals 4, right? Like this is how I get to this love. The waiting game. Okay, 7 of Fire. Well, they've been going through this. I feel like you've been fighting off your shadows and your wings have been drying and you're ready to soar. Like you don't need to wait any longer. Hey, stop. You've done what needs to be done. Okay, moving on. Page of Air and the Knight of Air. Okay, you're slowly moving away from them and not cutting them off, but you're getting more and more determined that you can soar away, and they are getting that time's up, right? Like I gotta get my shit together. Root chakra and the conflict and despair. Okay, Ace of Fire. Again, we've got that root chakra is really like the Ace of Fire. It's a 1. They see that I feel like they sink backwards for a minute, but the sinking backwards is actually going to get that fire, actually going to get that purpose, that oomph, so that they can come after this, because they're showing me there's Neptune up above, right? So again, I feel like Neptune very much is aligned with this. They may come when you have multiple options here. 7 of Water, and there's the 8 of Earth, and there's the 3 of Water. Okay, it may be what possibly could turn into a missed opportunity, or just a choice for you. Okay, tell me about the 10 of Water. Yeah, okay, Page of Earth, right? It's kind of like, this card for me is always like Harry Potter getting that letter. I'm going to Hogwarts, right? And Harry never expected to go to Hogwarts and to have all of this happens, and all the death and all the destruction and all the loss that came along with it. But in the end, like, I'm getting chills talking about this. Somebody here may really resonate with that storyline. In the end, after all of the heartache and loss, they found the love of their life. And so there's this beautiful hope within this. But again, not knowing what that love actually looks like. 3 of air here. There's the 3 of fire and the justice, right? Like, when they moved on and broke away from the vision of what they wanted, and it really hurt you, like, you brought your sword up as well, right? And they're showing me here 11:11, and I saw 11:11 earlier today, right at the same time I was listening to, because I don't remember my readings afterwards, so I was listening to the May forecast, and my phone was 11:11 at 1 minute and 11 seconds. And I was like, oh, I got to remember that. I got to go back, right? Because I was in the car. I'm like, I got to go back and really see what that was all about. We've got the 6 of air to the 7 of air, right? Again, there was this hope. They thought, well, I'll just move on from these emotions, and I'll move on from the way that I feel. And they took their shadows with them. And you've been slowly going into the shadows, doing the work, and they still are looking at all of this work that they have to do. Okay. King of Cups. And there is the King of Cups in reverse. Okay. Again, there's all this planning going on. Like, my heart is stuck here until my head gets out of this, because I can't break this loop, right, that it keeps going through. They could have like ADHD where they have that loop, or it's just talking about that sacral trauma where their like neocortex is looping again and again. The aspect of the inner child wound releasing a chemical reaction, right, which creates fear, which then brings me back into the loop. Okay, 7 of fire here though. 10 of earth in reverse. Okay, whatever demons about lack and foundation that you had, Ophiuchus, you're done with that. Okay. Page of air and the Knight of air. We've got the star in reverse. Okay. You don't really know where you're going. You don't feel guided. You just feel like you have to move. You just feel like you have to go. Okay. Ace of fire, and there's the 5 of water. Okay. It could be that you just are like, I gotta get going. And you stumble and you fall, and for someone it could be you literally knock something over in the grocery store, and someone sees you and they stop to help and pick you up, and you've never met this person before, but this is going to be that divine love, and it's just kismet. But I feel like this is them coming in right at the right time when you just feel like, oh, could anything else go wrong? And they're like, let's just clean this up. You still have 2 clean glasses right there. Let's sit down. Let's have a glass of milk and let's talk about this, okay? Yeah, Knight of air. Let's talk about the truth about this. Let's have a little conversation. Okay. What else here, Spirit? Yeah, you know, you're looking at the negatives, but this is already fixed in time here. Sun and Leo, there's a plan here that's already been divined. That passion, that purpose, that happiness. But it does come with a lot of, right? Leo comes with a lot of drama. I'm sorry, right? Leo, the Emperor, there's a lot of drama there. And the Sun, right? Like, You don't hear about people, right, staying out uber late and getting into trouble a lot in the wintertime. But you put the sun out there, you get the sun out there when it's not cold and the sun is in the sky for all these hours, and all kinds of things happen. They're showing me, I was watching some reality like state trooper show from Alaska, and the episode that, like, I was going through TV stuff because I canceled my Netflix, guys. Like, I've been slowly canceling everything like associated with my ex, so that I'm like clean slate, and I haven't reinstated it yet. So I was watching like live TV, if you can imagine, on my Roku TV, and there was this sort of state trooper show, and in Alaska, and it was the middle of summer, and it was like light in the middle of the night, right? And so there was a lot of things happening. Okay, so yeah, here's the house, the moon, right? Like, all of this was kept secret because it was cold. It was cold outside, whether you were separated or it was cold, right? They were shielded. They needed the last 4 months to plan, get into some action here. Okay. Yeah, High Priestess. They're setting things up, but again, until we get into an energy, here's Uranus kind of in reverse. It might be that Neptune has something to do with a Uranus retrograde. I have no idea. I do not. I look at the planets from time to time when Spirit asks me to, but in fact, I'm even in an astrological magic program right now, my second, and I'm going to be offering a few offerings of talismans. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen my talisman that I created, and I'll be offering some of those up for sale. But yeah, there's an energy here. Yeah, Aries in reverse. This person is coming in with this energy that they are not quite ready to take that leap, but there's desire, okay? And they'll step up, I feel like, but only when they feel like, oh, I gotta step in, okay? Yeah, definitely dark night energy, healing, coming into the awakening, Kundalini awakening here, the moth and the stingray. Okay, so there is a definitely, you okay? You okay? A transformation going on here. And it's very water-based. Yeah. And then look, there's Neptune on the bottom with the Queen of Cups. Okay. Solar flares. Yeah. Everything that's been going on with the sun is activating this, and it's meant to be happening in this time frame, right? So don't, I think in my morning channeled message with Patreon, which it will be out on the Oracle channel next Monday, but this morning there was the idea that this is happening in divine timing and not in like that three-dimensional timing, right? So it's like, have faith that everything's happening as it is meant to. So love you guys. Have a beautiful rest of the day. Don't forget to click like, and I will see you next time. All right, much love. Bye.